have another creepy story about Epping Forest, and this one I heard in person because I went to this place and I asked the staff myself. So there is an absolutely stunning pub hotel type thing that was built in the 1800s, and it's recently all been done up. I walked in there yesterday and I thought, let me just ask the staff if they have any first-hand experiences with ghosts in this sort of place, because it's got to be haunted, surely. Every single one of them had an experience, apart from the person who I'm assuming was the manager, and I don't blame him for not wanting to tell me, because let's face it, he probably knows I'm going to make a TikTok about it and then people won't want to stay there, or maybe you will. I would stay there, it's really nice. One night, it's pitch black outside, there's 2 members of staff and they're the last ones there, and they've been really struggling to get these last 2 punters out. Rather than just stand there while they finish their beer, they start to close up around them, they start to do the floors. At some point they both go down to the cellar. They leave these 2 guys in the pub by themselves. When the 2 members of staff come back up, the guys are getting their coats on and they're ready to leave. They're getting ready to shut the doors. And one of the guys says, "Don't lock the door yet, there's still a woman." And both the members of staff are looking at each other like, "No, there's not, like, you're the last 2. And they're like, "No, she's been walking around this whole time." So feeling a little bit annoyed and a bit irritated that they were now going to have to go in and like get this person who's probably very drunk out of the bar so that they can actually close, way past closing now. They go back in, they start calling around, they're like, "Hello, come out, like, is anybody here?" And the 2 guys that were leaving, they hang around because they're like not happy with the fact that this person is potentially hiding, and these are 2 women closing up a bar. So the 2 guys have a little look around themselves and then reluctantly they leave, and the staff members, they close down just as they put the key in the lock to leave. They both hear what they think is a woman laughing, and it sounds like it's coming from behind the bar. They run, they put the lights on and they start to shout, "It's not funny, we're going to call the police, like, you're trespassing, we need to close the bar." And they start to look around everywhere. Once again, they go to look up. They turn the lights off. You hear, clear as day, a woman laughing. Now at this point, they're not playing anymore, and one of them is like, "Let's just lock this person in. Like, let's put the alarm on, let's lock it in, let's let the police deal with this." They do exactly that. They lock the pub down and they walk away. They leave. That very night, 2 other hotel guests report seeing a woman hanging around outside their room, walking up and down as if she is lost. And they are so freaked out by her that they report it to the members of the night staff. Then at 3 a.m, the fire alarm goes off. There is no fire, there is no drill, and they have no idea why the fire alarm went off. They cannot find a fault. This is the creepy bit. That pub famously burnt down in the 1900s, and it killed 3 people. It killed 2 hotel guests, man and a woman, who were together, and it also killed a fireman. And apparently the woman had been downstairs drinking and the man had been upstairs when the fire started, and the fire was on the top floor. He was killed early on in the fire, and when she was told, his partner, that he had died, at first she laughed because she thought it was a joke and she was drunk. Then when she realised that it was true and that her partner had died, the fire had started in their room, she ran back into the fire, ending herself, and the fireman ran after her. And that's how 3 people ended up dying. The members of staff who closed up that night did not know that this was the anniversary of that fire. They didn't know that the woman had laughed. Initially, they didn't know any of the backstory. And the guests that reported seeing this mystery woman hanging around outside their room in the corridor, they were on the top floor. I feel like we need a deep dive on this specific hotel, because I would love to do each one of the staff members' stories, which also includes like bottles of wine being thrown at members of staff's head when they're closing up. I mean, that's a poltergeist. I don't want to give like specific names of places because I don't think I'm allowed to do that, but all I will say is that it was a very nice pub, and I didn't see any ghosts, but I did have a glass of mulled wine and it was nice. And next door you can go and see like this famous landmark where a certain king used to hunt. I fear I've been too specific on that one, but you know.